Gentlemen, behold the future! Right, so here we are, 2010 AD, which is like 18 years after this game was made, so yeah, future. Very Jetson style future, everything's up in the sky, on clouds. So yep, we start off at one of those up and down levels, which I haven't seen one of those in a while. In my opinion, that's a good thing, because the jumps are out of time. So, what the heck? There's one particularly annoying enemy in this future world, and it's the red rocket. No, I'm not talking about... I'm not even going to say what I'm not talking about. Make your own joke if you're going to go that way. But what's I guess technically even worse than the red rocket is the white rocket, because it can, besides attacking you directly, it can also produce 3 different enemies, one of which is the red rocket itself. I guess at least the white rocket can't produce more white rockets. That would be kind of silly. But yeah. The reason the red rocket is tough is because it flies straight and then it kind of aims at you, but it doesn't aim directly at you, so it'll either aim a little behind you or a little in front of you. So you're not really sure which way to go to dodge it. It's best to try to just jump over it. In my opinion, anyway. Stage 1 wasn't too bad. Now this future world, World 5, has the only stage which I actually consider to be a difficult stage, and I know that I'm one to talk, since I'm using save states, but still it does have a stage which I actually do consider difficult. And it's not this one. I don't remember if it's the 3rd or the 4th one, but I remember it takes place at night. I believe the 4th stage is indoors, so it's gotta be the 3rd one. Just because you have to do a lot of tricky jumps off of moving platforms, and you have to jump from one to another. And I'm pretty sure you actually have to make some blind jumps, which are never easy. And I got the skateboard. I'm skating in the future! In the future, skateboards come in bags. And milk has wheels. Or something. Then there's these aliens who start off by, look like they're taking a dump at you. But they don't even do anything for a good 5 seconds, which gives you plenty of time to kill them. And when they do actually do something, they just kind of slowly float towards you. Now this quiz stage, I have no idea how it works. It seems to just be random luck. And of course the alien's not even looking at us unless he sees with his ass. You're supposed to use special powers to tell what this is going to drop. Now you see, this can drop any one of 3 different enemies, and I really have no idea how you're supposed to figure out which it's going to be. See, I'm wrong. Must be subtly. I'm wrong again. See, it changed. It changed again. See, and that time I got it right. It's just it's random every time. If there's some way to figure it out, please let me know, because it seems like not only is it random every time, but the decision isn't made until you actually make your decision. Because you saw, I had saved the state once the rocket had already come up, the choices had already come up, but each time that I picked one, it was giving me something different, and sometimes I would even pick the same thing twice and 2 different things would come out, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah, if there's something subtle, or not so subtle, that I'm missing, please let me know, because I really don't want to think that that's just dumb luck, because that would kind of be sucky. And this is the stage I was talking about, the one that's actually difficult. And I was kind of wrong. There's not so much that there's blind jumps as there are those frickin' little sparkly things. You have to deal with them. There's another ass alien. Ass alien. And you can't take out those sparks with your hat. I think you can with the skateboard. I mean, with the skateboard, at the very least, you're immune to them. But I forget if you can take them out or not. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Because first of all, you're immune to them anyway with the skateboard. Second of all, no way in hell am I getting a skateboard anytime soon. I don't have enough bells. And I don't really think I'd want the skateboard for this part because I'd be going too fast to make these jumps. Yeah, this part is a little tricky-dicky. And the music in this part kind of bugs me. You know why it bugs me? Not because it's bad or anything, but because I was really, for some reason in my brain, I was expecting the moon music from DuckTales. Wouldn't that have been so freaking epic if they had that music here? I mean, yeah, they can't do it. I mean, legal reasons or whatever. But I mean, this is a hack anyway. Well, it's a translation. I guess that's not really a hack. It's just a text edit. But it would have been so awesome if they could have hacked in the DuckTales Moon music. In my opinion, one of the best video game songs of all time. It's kind of like how, if you've been watching Cole's videos, he's been doing the 8-bit version of Mega Man 7. And for Shade Man's stage, they actually put in the music from Ghost and Goblins instead of the normal Shade Man music, which I think was just freaking awesome that they did that. First of all, that they did it in general, and second of all, that they were able to. But then again, the Mega Man 7 8-bit edition, to my surprise and somewhat to my dismay, isn't a ROM. It's actually a standalone executable program. The reason I say to my dismay is because that means no save states. I'm a save state whore. But lately, I've discovered something even better than save states. See, I have this thing for my Nintendo DS. It's called Cyclo DS Evolution, and it's one of those cartridges that allows you to play homebrew games and play pirated games and play MP3s and videos and stuff. But one of the things that I found for it was an NES emulator. I actually found 2 NES emulators, one which was really cool that I'm using and one which sucks. But in any event, okay, this boss, I'll get back to the story in a minute. This boss is weird. You can only damage him by hitting his head, and then only when he's in pieces. When he's all together, he's invincible. You can bounce off of him, but he's invincible. And then you have to watch out for the falling crap that comes back after he falls apart. There's a pattern to it, but every single piece has its own pattern. Actually, every single piece of his body has 2 different possible random patterns. So it can be extremely difficult to learn them all. Other than that, this boss really isn't too bad. And needless to say, you cannot jump off of those body parts. They basically are considered projectiles, like projectile weapons. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh gosh, my own story, and I don't remember what I was talking about. It'll come to me in a minute. Oh yeah, so the Cyclo DS Evolution, and how I discovered an NES emulator for it. And the cool thing I discovered was with this emulator, you can load and save a single stage for each game by using the touch screen. There's menus and stuff on the touch screen, but I discovered something even better. The left-hand shoulder button will rewind the game. So, like, if you die or get hit or just something happens you don't like, you can just rewind it until you get to the point that you like. So what it must be doing is, as you're playing, it must be just constantly recording, hundreds of tiny little save states all the time. I assume that there's some sort of limit, like number of frames, or like you can't rewind more than 1 minute or something, but it just must be constantly recording save states, which is really cool. I mean, it's not like the rewinding, in the Super NES emulator, because it doesn't just snap you back a few seconds in time. It really looks like you push the rewind button on a VCR. It's really cool. Okay, so time to rescue the girl? No! Professor Time used a rocket and knocked me into a hole. Tee hee 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 hee. And now he's jumping into the wormhole. And we're jumping in after him. And what year are we going to end up in this time? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? Oh no. Where are we? When are we? Are we in a bad Salvador Dali impersonation painting? When are we? What's going on here? Well, folks, this is the last world, and it's a really strange one. And we're going to tackle it next time on Let's Play Time Zone. This has been Doc Sigma. See you later.